Christ is risen. I am Father Ciprian Sas from Annunciation Greek Orthodox Church in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. During the Sunday of the Blind Man, which we commemorate today, the Gospel reading from the Evangelist John, chapter 9, tells us of Christ's miraculous healing of the man who was born blind. During this healing, Christ himself mixed his spittle and earth to create a clay which he applied to the eyes of the blind man, who then had to go and wash his eyes in the pool of Siloam before he would receive his sight. Unlike the Pharisees, who questioned the reality of the miracle and the authenticity of the healer, the blind man was a witness to Christ, able and willing to believe that Jesus was the Son of Man and Son of God. During this sermonette, I simply want to emphasize the close relation and connection between the healing of the blind man from this gospel reading and our current pandemic situation. We know that Jesus Christ could have healed the blind man simply by saying the words, and yet he chose to make the clay, apply the clay to the eyes or ointment, then instruct the still blind man to go and wash his eyes in the pool of Siloam. Through this, he reveals to us that God can effectuate healing by using elements of this world, such as the earth and the water. But maybe even more importantly, it's interesting to see that God chose to give the blind man an opportunity to participate in his own healing by walking to the pool of Siloam and actually washing his eyes with the water. Similarly, during this COVID-19 pandemic, if we are able and willing to believe, we will again witness Christ effectuate healing through elements and people of the world today. He has undoubtedly given us again similar opportunity to participate in our own healing, much like the blind man in today's gospel reading. Jesus healed the blind man by giving physical sight to his eyes and spiritual insight to his soul, because he believed Jesus Christ to be the Son of Man and Son of God. He will do the same for us. If we too, like the blind man, are able and willing to believe in God's love and his mercy, and then choose, like the blind man, to participate in God's healing process for us. Christ is risen, truly is risen.